like, oh, your Sunday song,
Yonse fenganala tikulota nishini mbeula
Funya pomwenso Isukamenso
Evampeli vamafuna kupeza tekonde tevanga kampi this is true love.
Fakapo Vocal.
to see if they can remember their lyrics.
These days in Tamanga. Fakapo Vocal.
Jigashana mwali wali yemba. Oh, so we went to the second base.
De lolela lavu andaile.
Munoziko, mulimavuto, mulinjala matenda na ngondo.
Fakapo Vocal.
Palete mwanga na pita Gana susha kwati akita
Fakapo Vocal.
First time nakuona iwe unapwela wa smile. Daily ngana kumona amano yala pelela. Daily ngana kumona amano yala pelela.
Fakapo Vocal.
Music hits from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. every Sunday, only on Hot 87.7 FM.
So those are some artists that we've had on Fakapo Vocal since we started the series last year in November, yes. And they've come through here, they've shared their stories. It's been great and lovely. So, welcome into the studio for this week. We thought, let's get this, I think it's safe to say it's a dinosaur, this man, because from as far back as I can remember, this Zambian music thing, I've always seen this face.
I know.
CQ has been there, man.
For days.
Welcome to the show, CQ Muzukulu.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, a few weeks ago, is it months ago, you shared something with my producer, which I was like, wow, we never really know this story of CQ and pre-CQ.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was that story
Yeah.
back there, and I'm thinking that's where I want us to start from.
All right.
Because the first time was me seeing you. Was that a leather jacket?
Yeah,
on stage?
those brown. Man, you have a good memory, you know. Honestly, you do. Yeah.
So this was at the I don't know if that's the first time I knew of you, or maybe before, but I know we'll catch along as we go with the story.
Yeah.
This song was on the Rhythm Nation project
Most def.
as Just Close.
Yes.
So, is that where it all starts for you, CQ?
I guess that's where it all starts from. We made a group called Just Close.
Okay.
And I think our first commercial breakout was on the Rhythm Nation project.
That was
it. Yeah, so there was a story behind before we got onto the Rhythm Nation.
Is it? What's that story? We love to hear the stories.
So, I used to be a basketball player.
Right.
You know, like from school, I was this famous basketball guy.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody, I think they all thought I was going to be a basketball star. You know, just to cut a long story short, so you know, I joined a club, Looters.
Ah, okay.
I used to play for Ludic Looters. So
Right.
yeah, you know where youngster, and you know, you got passion for what you do.
Yeah.
Because I was a captain from school like for 2 years, so I was very skilled with basketball.
You were in there.
I was like very skilled. Wow. So yeah, I joined that club and I did what I could for the club.
Yeah.
But then it so happened that there's a moment when my sneakers, you know, finished.
and you can't do basketball without sneakers.
Yeah, so I was supposed to be getting allowances. You know, I'd get some allowances from my club.
Yeah.
But then somewhere along the way, my allowances stopped coming. So I went to my coach and told him, boss, I need sneakers. Right. He was like, oh, yeah. I'll organize your money. I think we're just trying to put your money together.
Yeah.
And I know, I would walk from Nyumbayanga to Libala.
Where to play ball.
Just to play basketball, yeah. And back, you know what I mean? So I was like, you know, I think I'm bothering the coach too much.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think, let me just buy my own sneakers because at the end of the day, it's me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went to my dad and I asked him to buy me a pair of shoes and sneakers. But my dad was like, how much are those shoes? I think they were costly at the time. I think I wanted Reebok.
Yeah.
And Reebok shoes then. Shaquille O'Neal, blah, blah, blah.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
All of that influence coming from that,
So my dad was like, if you want shoes, then you have to wait until the month ends. So I was like, okay, I'll wait until the month end. And then I stopped going to the court because I was waiting to have shoes. and my dad kept me in the loop like month end.
Yeah.
So within that time, I went to visit a friend of mine that I used to play with every time, but I didn't know he had some musical background type of thing. So I visited this guy. I found him recording himself. You know, back in the days, we had those sharp.
Yes, those
my X bars. Yes. So he had two X bars, sharp systems.
Right.
So if you remember, those systems had inbuilt microphone.
Yes.
So he would play instrumental from this
one side,
from one deck, yes, and then he would be recording
on the other end.
On the other end. So he would play an instrumental, and he was rapping and whatnot. So I got so fascinated. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I'm recording myself. So I started watching his guy, and it came out nice.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, how about if we form the group, you and me, and I'll do the choruses. Since you're a hip hop artist, you're rapping, and then you may give me a break. I do a singing, and then blow. And that's how everything started.
That's what started off. That's what sparked everything. From there.
Just from there. So we'd record ourselves, and then from that little deck, everything sounded nice. We're like, okay, man, we're gonna call ourselves the Tuchi.
The Tuchi.
Yeah, the Tuchi. That's where it came from. So Tuchi was Chisanga and Chileche.
Wow.
So
right. I see. I get it.
The Tuchi, like Tuchi. That's how how we started. So we forgot about now the basketball thing and
we just focused on
we spent a lot of time.
Did you by any chance play with Danny Pedro? Because I know he was a basketball person.
Yes. Danny Pedro was there as well. He was also at the same time.
Okay.
So I stopped basketball and now I was busy getting instrumentals to record, and then coincidentally I made a chorus that needed me to breathe along the way. So my friend would rap, and then he would leave the chorus for me. But then, because it was it was just live, like everything has to be direct. So if you're recording, you don't need to, you know what I mean? So I was like, what you can do here is whatever I'll sing, you sing what I'll sing so that I can breathe and then connect it.
Oh, okay.
So in the process of singing, he sang exactly what I sang, and as I was breathing, he sang, and then I connected.
Yeah.
Now on the recording, this guy sounded so smooth.
Wow.
Like,
Better than you.
And I was like, bro, you are a singer. He was like, no, man, I'm a hip-hop artist. I was like, no, you're not a hip-hop artist.
Yeah.
You are a singer.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to sound better than me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? No,
Yeah.
I said, you have never just put too much, effort and concentrate to, try and
doing
sing.
this,
Yeah.
yes.
So that's how that guy, I just changed him from being a hip-hop artist, and then we started singing. And then he discovered he could sing.
Wow.
And that's how come, now from Tucci, the hip-hop singer, it became singers. And then as we were doing our rehearsals in the neighborhood, because we were like this noisy, duo, like would make noise in the whole streets. If we're singing, you hear us maybe from 100 meters, 200 meters away, you know what I mean? Like I'm coming, you know what I mean? So we used to do our rehearsals in the bush around Nyumbayanga before Nyumbanga was too big.
Right. Yes, because there's quite a number of bushes in that
so
area.
we'd sing the bush, rehearsing and whatnot. So there was another guy from the other neighborhood. He kept on hearing this guy singing. So he came through one day. He was like, you guys, I've been hearing you guys sing like for some time now. I'm also a singer. Can I join the group?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, sure. And then he joined the group, and then we changed the group from Tucci to Just Close.
Okay. What inspired that, Just Close?
So Just Close was like, people would think maybe we kind of related.
Yeah.
Are you brothers? Because I don't know what they saw, but they thought like, yeah, you look alike. You guys, are you brothers?
Yeah.
Like, no, we're just close friends.
Yeah.
Oh, just close friends. Yeah.
So that's how it rhymes.
Yeah.
So Just Close was 3 members.
Yeah, so 3 members. So it was just close with 3 members. So of course the journey happened so fast. Everything happened so fast. Like we formed the group within the same year. There was a competition that we had running on radio. It was called Road to Fame. And then we decided to participate in this competition.
What year was that?
I think it was sometime in 1999.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we decided to join that to participate in the competition, and then we won.
You won the competition.
We won the competition.
Wow.
So the prize was to record in a studio.
Okay.
And we had never recorded in a studio.
Nothing. Yes, it was just
that. It was just
that radio and that radio.
Yes. So Heritage Studios were responsible for the recording, but then also it was hell. It wasn't as easy as just winning. You know, these guys kept us going to the studio, like even for 2 months straight.
Wow.
And the guys would say, oh, not today, you know, the studio is busy.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe come on Thursday, come on. You know, we kept on going. My friends even gave up, but I kept on going until finally these guys got tired of seeing my face. So like, I think we're not being fair to this. You know, let's just record these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, come tomorrow and we'll record you guys.
So was this the first that you recorded?
This was the first time I was in the studio. First time in the, like, experiencing being recorded.
Wow.
But also the guy, Kelvin Mwesa, was the engineer.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? At the same studio. Anati Gongam, guys.
What?
You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
You know, it's a situation where these guys are just trying to get rid of you.
Okay. So you want to just quickly record
they were
and out.
too busy. They were too busy. Like, they told us to go on like Friday. We went there like in the morning, maybe at 10.
Yeah.
And these guys had sessions after sessions with different artists.
Right.
And then towards the end, as they were trying to come out, they forgot that we're outside.
Wow.
They were like,
wow.
you guys are still here. We're like, I mean, you told us to wait. Can you come tomorrow? The guys were like, no, man, we can't, man. If we can't do it today, then we're done.
Then
Then he was like, okay, come. Well, let's just record them. He told us Sebastian Mitale, he was a producer.
Yeah.
And then Seba was like, okay, come. And then, how does the song go? Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to lay the chords, and then you sing on the chords, and I come and produce it properly. So the guy just came. Within maybe 5-10 minutes, the guys had done the beat. It was that fast.
Wow.
Guys sing, how does it go? Then he goes like, the chords. And then he goes like, bring the bass guitar. Okay, boom, 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 boom. What's the inspiration now? Joe Thomas, Good Girls. Okay, that bass. Okay, no problem. And then boom, 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 the bass. And then he was like, okay, I'll come and produce it properly. So Kelvin was like, okay, guys, at least we have a skeleton of the production. So I want you guys to sing.
Yeah.
And then we'll come and, do it properly.
Wow. So that's how it was. The words were yours, but they just did the production.
Yeah, we just did the production.
Listen, I don't know how much you can remember of this.
Yeah.
But this is a backtrack.
Yeah.
I don't know which bits.
Yeah.
I know there's a certain other artists which I'll ask, but let's hear you first. Let's hear you do.
Oh,
Yeah?
Start it again.
We started from the top.
Yeah.
Okay. CQ is here.
Yeah.
We're trying to get him to do a vocal.
All right.
Some of his older songs.
Remember.
The very first song.
Yeah.
Fakapo Vocal.
Ifintu wingi lesampela ngane lelo finjindemu pela na. This wasn't my part though.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just trying to sing.
Okay.
That was JK. You know.
Oh, this was JK's
that's
part.
the first part was JK. May I came on the second part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's wait for your bit.
Okay.
Let's wait for your bit. How did JK first of all find himself in here?
So JK, because of the time we're doing at the Heritage Studios, we're trying to like record the song, and then after we recorded that song, you know what I mean? JK was looking for a group to join because at the time, I think it was more common to have groups like, you know what I mean, Boys to Men and those artists inspiration.
Yeah,
so
coming from the 90s.
So JK was looking for a group to join.
Yeah.
So when I went to pick up the song from Kelvin Mwesa, the song that he had gonged us on, because the recording was not the proper way of doing this, the recording.
Yeah.
Kelvin told me there's a guy from the Copper Belt.
Yeah.
I think he's good. So if you include him on a group, it'll make sense.
Wow.
So I was like, what's this guy? He says his name is Jordan and all. I was like, okay, let me come and hear his vocal. So we made a date. JK came. Jordan at the time came through. So I auditioned him. And I liked him.
Yeah.
Naturally,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we just like, okay, you guys, this guy is great.
Yeah.
So I went back and told my friends to say, this guy he's got a great vocal. Let's just include him on the group.
Right.
My friends refused. No, we can't get him on the group. Hey, blah 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 blah. But then,
So that's why it still said Just Close featuring JK.
JK.
Right?
Yeah.
'Cause
No, JK was part of it.
He was part of
He
you.
joined the group.
Wow.
So
okay.
that single was like the Gonga program, and then we made a group after I endorsed him, and then we made Enjoying, and then we made a couple of songs as Just Close, and then that's when we went to Mondo.
Okay.
And when we got Mondo, JK was part of us.
So listen, your part comes in after the chorus here. I don't know if you remember.
Okay. Ambuye Yesu nina Oh yeah. Okay. Ambuye Yesu munandi fera. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Listen, it's
oh
too
my
long.
God.
It's too long ago.
Yes.
Was this when was this? When did this come?
So Spazetti was a song that after the Mondo program, after being signed by Mondo, and then there was that waited too long for us to get our own album. We decided to try something new, so we created the group. I think we disbanded at the time.
Okay.
Because JK went solo.
Right.
Yeah, JK went solo. He produced his album, and Musonda went to work. We went back. We remained as Tucci again.
Okay.
The same way we were, Chile, yeah. So we decided to just rebrand ourselves and come up with a group called Tucci.
So you changed the name?
No, it was still Just Close.
It stays two.
Yeah, Just
you
Close.
were just two members.
It was just me and Chile and Dona. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how we came up with Spazetti. Spazetti was a fusion of Spanish music and Zambia.
Right.
So it was like you can hear some Spanish type arrangement in there.
Right.
And that was Spazetti.
Listen.
Oh my God, you bring these songs. I forgot the lyrics, man.
Let's see how much you can remember. This features Shimasta, by the way, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fakapo Vocal.
Spazetti abuela wane. Yeah. Spazetti abuela. To this song.
There's the part
Bros.
for the first verse.
Bros. You know what? I needed to listen to this song before you tested me like this, man.
CQ is in here.
Oh my God, you put me on fire.
CQ is here. We're still trying to get him to remember some of his vocals.
Yeah.
Send us your voice notes. Call us 0974-870-877. You can have some water, sir. We're going to get you.
All right.
We're still moving in your journey.
We're like your favorite series, but with better beats and no buffering. Hot FM at 20. Your daily dose of non-stop entertainment. The heat is definitely on.
Yes, celebrating 20 years, and tell you what, it's been an amazing 20 years, and we've loved Zambian music all these years. Since day one, we've always told ourselves that Zambia is what it is. CQ is joining us on my Fakapo Vocal this morning, and we move in his journey. This song here, Nibwera Kutenga, my story with this song is wherever I went, looked around, because I lived on the greatest road, Kaunda Square, Chainama area, Charleston. Yeah. This song became an anthem for dance groups, man.
It's also a very funny story.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. Actually, I released the song in 2003.
Right.
If I remember. Yeah. 2003, and it didn't do well.
At the time.
Yes, because the time I think we are in the wave for who's this? Was that Nasty D?
Right.
The wave
the
was
Zambezi
the Zambezi
vibe. Yeah.
So it was very difficult for a song like this one to fit into
what people were
vibing
to, the sound that was there at the time.
Yeah. So it didn't make sense.
It didn't make
sense.
The
only time it came to get some help was when Crazy's Ati,
because they had a similar vibe.
Yeah, the similar vibe. But then also they overshadowed me, giving this credit to the song Nimbolo Kutanga credits to Crazy. Oh. So they thought Crazy was also Nimbolo Kutanga.
Right.
So it frustrated me, like.
But let's go back. What pushed you to do a sound like this? It was very gutsy, I know.
You know, I'll give this credit to Charlie Bravo.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that wrote the song. He's the one that wrote the song, produced the song. I was just doing copy and paste. You know, copy and paste. Because at the time, at David Sling, what used to happen was there's a lot of artists that were signed under David Sling.
Yeah.
So everyone had like 3 hours of studio time. So maybe from 7 to 11, you know, things like that, and 12 to 15.
Yeah.
So I got in. I remember going to the studio, and I think who was recording? Mampi was recording. So as I got there, I was like, "Oh, Mampi, it's time up. It's 12.
Yeah.
You know, I need to get in." And Mampi left the studio. But then Charlie was like, "Bazungu, I have this idea, but let me just play something. We'll quickly get into your session." So the beat that came to his mind was not mine, but it was just a beat that he was playing on his mind.
Trying to,
So he started producing Nimbolo Kutenga. And I was just back, I'm seated waiting for him to finish.
Yeah.
But he got too into the production, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like an hour into producing. And you remember those days we'd go to the studio with a melody.
Yeah.
We had no phones to record your idea. You have to re-sing. So in the process, I started forgetting the song I went to record.
Wow.
So,
was that before or after you recorded Maloza Mampi?
Yes, that was like
Way
within
before.
the same period.
The same window.
Yeah,
Okay.
the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Mampi was also doing our album, and I was also doing my album.
Right.
So Charlie went on and on and on, like maybe 2 hours, and I was only remaining with an hour.
Yeah.
For my time before the next artist comes in.
Yeah.
So I was like, Charlie, whose song are you producing? Is that my song? He was like, do you like it? Now, because time had already gone, I was like, yeah, I do. I like it. You know, I like it.
Was it the truth, though?
It wasn't the truth. I was just like, instead of just coming here to waste my time, you know, I'll just tell him I like it. So he was like, okay. Let me just finish up, then we can start recording. Then you can start coming up with ideas as I, you know,
as he's doing his thing.
As I'm finishing up the production, you can come up with ideas. So I was like, okay. I was blank, bro. I was blank.
Wow.
Like blank, because it wasn't my style.
Yes.
It wasn't just anything close to CQ, you know. So he finished, and then he goes like, have you come up with anything? I was like, to be honest, Charlie,
There's nothing.
Then he goes like, okay, let me just start. Yeah, I've got this idea which is playing on my mind. So I want you to sing it like this. Nimbolo Kutenga. I was like, okay. Let me just do what he wants me to do. Nimbolo Kutenga. No, go down like Nimbolo Kutenga. Come up like stubborn, you know. We're trying to make this controversial, you know, trying to get something by force. Yeah. So you can't sound no. Come on, more, you know. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're complaining here. Nakufuna, unavumira, unaniko.
Listen. Let's have you do a vocal on this. Let's go. So we've kept some backing vocals.
Okay, cool.
Here and there, yes.
All right.
The chorus as well is in there, but let's hear you go lace this one here.
Nimbolo Kutenga. Nakufuna, unavumira, unanikonda, mweniriri sina kubisi ndine tamanga, nezakwanisa, nezakusunga, manje makolo ako, ati face, tione motoka face, tione nyumba face, tione, ona imwe, upeze nchito, ugeze, ubringe,
Come on.
Nimbolo Kutenga. Wananichaja, zinakuvuta, nakungola. Nalipira kenze kasaka nibwere nikutenge. Wananijua, makolo wako. Ati face, tiune motoka face, tiune nyumba, tiune, ona imwe, upeze nchito, ugeze, ubringe,
Nimbolo
Kutenga.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
So I take that you still perform this because you remember the words
now
to
this one is like this the CQ footprint. Like this was when CQ was born.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so I think this song is what just put me out there like as first single that made
So look, this was just 2003 you say.
Yes, 2003, 2004.
And then it took a while.
So what happened was I released a song in 2003.
Yeah.
And never got attention, but everybody had the CD, had the song.
Yeah.
And then you remember LV?
Mr. Vizzy.
Mr. Vizzy.
Yes.
So around 2003, when I did this song, he was at University of Zambia at that time.
Right,
Remember we for A12.
A12
days.
Story of A12.
So Mr. Vizzy was like, I would talk about music, we'd discuss, and I was like, no, I've got a song I've done, but then it can't be played on radio, because they say it's too fast. So naipa king actually.
Hey.
So Mr. Vizzy was like, so I played for him. Then he said,
Yes.
I was like, I know, whatever. So he tells me, let's go inside. There's a girl that I trust with opinion. If she says it's rubbish, it's garbage, it's garbage.
Yeah.
So let's go, and we took the song to that girl. And she came and was like, we've got a song I want you to listen to. And she listened, she was like, I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's different. It's got a different approach to, wanting to get a girl. Because all the time you use this very calm way of trying to, but this one is, I think it's funny, but I think Zambians will like it.
Yeah.
And he's the one that helped me, what can I say? He's the one that gave me the courage to now go all out and release Nibora Kutenga. So when I released Nibora Kutenga, even in 2004, they gave the credit to Crazy, play the beats, and then I forgot about the song because it messed me up. Like the first, it was like it cannot be mixed with other songs too. But Crazy, they're giving the credit. I was like, I think this thing won't happen now.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and just did my album. So in 2007.
So when you speak about so that's the window now. I was about to ask what is it that you were now thinking you want to record an album officially?
Yes.
That there's a part where I think I was officially introduced to you when I met you. You mentioned A12.
A12, yes.
A12 is a flat. If you live in the Marshlands area, you will see it.
A12 is the first flat. It's the first,
So our friend K Smash lived in that flat.
Yes.
Remember his housemate, Yusuf?
Yes, Yusuf, because it was me, Yusuf, and Abel. We used to live in the same house.
Oh, is it?
Yes, he was my housemate. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's how.
So we'd meet there.
Yes.
And CQ is like, Nendok Studio.
Yeah.
Guys, and then Pajama Basi.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to walk, like.
It's a check ganda. Back and forth, boss.
So you would be going to Sling Beats to record the album.
Yes.
Now, why did it take so long for the album to be released?
Bro, when you have passion for something, nothing can stop you.
Yeah.
So, you won't believe that I recorded my album 3 times.
Hey.
And it crashed 3 times.
That story of computer crashing.
That was like that story, if you're not strong and you're just not into music for the sake of music and trying to contribute positively, you would have quit.
3 times?
3 times. It crashed 3 times. You understand?
Wow.
So I recorded Waziva 3 times.
Eesh.
And the one that came out
is not the
feeling I had for it.
I mean,
I think I had better takes, I had better feeling, I had better production for the song, but we just said, you know what, whatever.
Yeah.
Charlie, for the last recording, because every time what would happen is that every time he would remove a project from the computer to go and mix and master,
right,
the computer would crash.
Wow.
So it took us 3 attempts to realize, to say, when he removes that, it will crash.
Becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem. And back in the days, we never had those back-end programs.
Yeah, that sort of thing where you're back and then you recover and all those things.
Yeah, that thing. So it crashed 3 times. Wow. You can imagine.
Listen, let's have you put a vocal on this. There's quite a lot that we need you to go through.
Hey, my voice today, man.
This is the first on the album.
Yes.
Fakapo Vocal.
Oh, yeah.
So we've kept a bit of the chorus for you to help lead you. We need you to lace a verse, at least a verse.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wazila kuti chikondi cha sila ni boza yako yalengesa yazanda na yenda ine. Wazila kuti chikondi cha sila ni boza yako yalengesa yazanda na yenda ine. Mkazi wanga koma lelo nazionela vintu vonse wenzofuna naziene. Ninakupeza ni mudola winangu pacha unaniuza. He was your best friend's husband na kachivili. Ninakuona useluka mugali mutu kuchokela kunchito iwe unaniuza kutiwa booking a taxi. Penzi lelo inga kale ponji ya malift imwe. Waona baby, pochita chita vimaletelela. Pochita chita zini manga chikondi. Pogwira gwira sevi manga chikondi.
Ballad man himself, Siku Muzukulu.
I know, right?
Let's move on in the album.
Yeah.
Let's move. You team up with Tasila on this.
All right.
How did this come about?
So this song was actually Hamoa's song.
Hey, is it?
This song was Hamova's song, one of those songs that didn't make it on his album. He threw it away.
Wow.
So as I was going through the computer, like looking for, just
something,
beats that were not used, because Sling Beats had this trash bin.
Yes,
where you just...
Ozzy told us that.
Yeah,
like,
there was a trash bin.
Yeah.
So you would go in and depending on how you are feeling that day, you would just go in the trash bin and looking for, songs that have been, thrown away, So I came across this beat.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a nice beat, so played it. There was Tasila on it.
Yeah. Oh, Tasila was already on it.
Tasila was already on it.
Wow, okay.
So now it's like he made the song, but he stopped feeling the song along the way. The feeling of the song went, so he threw it away.
Wow.
So Tasila was already on there. I was like, I like it. So I was like, Hamova, this is a nice beat. Why did you throw it away?
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm not feeling it.
So he produced this.
He produced
this is Hamoa's production.
He produced it. He was supposed to put verses on it.
Right.
And then
he wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, he wasn't
in
feeling
there.
So I was like, you know what? I like it. And he goes like, yeah, get it.
So he started vibing with it.
I was like, I like it. I like the feel, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I think the chorus is what got the most of me.
You got hooked with that.
Yeah, so I was trying to make ideas around, the same chorus. And that's how come I got
You came up with the words and played them. Listen, let's have you do a vocal on this.
Yeah,
Siku Muzukulu.
Words and Siku. Words.
Yeah.
I need...
Fakapo Vocal.
Oh girl, lelo naona kuti vintu veni funa vonse vidina vene. Oh baby, iwe naine tizangala taiti monga dona fwemwi yake nati girl peni unuza nivacheni pamene nina esa juli ina vinakanga. Oh baby,
Hey.
Oh my God, man.
Yes.
You know what? I need to listen to this song
You
more
have to.
and then catch the words.
So listen, that's what someone who are big fans of the show have told us. Like when you tell the guys they need to go back and listen to their music back,
it's crazy.
It kind of reminds them of the words,
the lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you'll be like, there it was like this. That. So if you just know, that's the reason why it's always good to rehearse your own song.
There you
but
go.
like the way we are like this, we're not in touch with our
You have to.
music.
You have to.
Yeah. So
CQ, you have to.
Lines have
So
to.
let's quickly talk about why. Why did you call your album Muzukulu?
So Muzukulu is an inspiration. I was looking since I broke up from Just Close.
Yeah.
I was looking for a name that would sit well with me and being in the environment I was in.
Yeah.
CQ are my initials for my real names.
That's right.
So Chisanga Qville Chansa is my full names.
There you go.
So I decided to get, the JK is Jordan Katembula.
Yeah.
I think that at the time there was that MKV.
Right.
So you get your real names and just get initials.
Play
So
around
I
with
was
that.
like, okay, you know what? I call myself CQ. After all, I'm CQ,
Yeah.
So CQ. But then because it sounded more, CQ sounds like it could be an American. It
There
could
you go.
Be,
So you needed to bring it home.
I needed to bring it back home. So I started thinking like, what can bring me back home, because
Yeah.
CQ doesn't sound too
Zambian,
African
yeah.
and whatnot. So I started thinking around how Black Muntu came up with the name Black Muntu.
Right.
I found that name was very intriguing, and it was very it cut across Africa, black is black, but Muntu is Muntu. Even if in Tanzania you go to Malawi,
all those
Zimbabwe,
places,
it's Muntu is a Muntu, like Muntu. I was like, I want a name that appeals to even other regions,
There you
like
go.
the same way.
There you go.
So as I was thinking, I remembered my grandfather was a very proud grandfather.
Yeah.
I happened to be his first grandson.
Oh.
So every time I was with him, and he would introduce me to his his friends and whoever it was, he would say, "Uyu ndiye muzukulu oyamba."
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, "Uyu ndiye muzukulu oyamba." He never introduced me. Oh, this is my no. Uyu ndiye muzukulu. Muzukulu. Some people were like, oh, Muzukulu apiri, Muzukulu apiri.
Yeah.
So that's how come.
And it's stuck.
I remembered, I was like, you know what, I think let me add Muzukulu.
Yeah.
So I started doing my research on Muzukulu. I found that even in Zimbabwe it's called Muzukuru, and in Tanzania it has the same meaning, but just maybe pronunciation.
Yeah,
but
it's the
Muzukulu
international
because-
door.
Yeah.
And it has worked very well, man. When we say CQ, that's all that comes about.
Exactly.
So when we put out the poster promoting you coming to the show,
Yes.
I think 5-6 people
Yeah.
said they were looking forward to you performing this.
Oh my goodness.
We love this
guys.
song.
Yeah.
We played on the show almost all the time.
Exactly.
The wordplay, how you came up with the concept.
Yeah.
How did this come about?
So this song, the inspiration came from one of LL Cool J's songs.
Is it?
Yes.
Which song is that?
What song is that? What's the name of that song? Rush.
Ah, okay.
Rush.
Yeah. It was not from so long ago. I think I
Yes,
remember what
Rush.
Rush is.
Yeah.
Hush.
Hush, right?
Yes.
Hush.
Yes.
That's the song that inspired this song.
Okay.
So, as I was listening to that song, I got some melodies. You know what I mean? Melodies in my head.
Right.
So when I went to Charlie, I told him I wanted a beat that was close to Hash.
Like that.
Yeah, but then I was like, you know what? Since you have the melody of how you want to sing the chorus, I made the chorus like.
Okay.
You know, I wrote everything.
Yeah.
But then I needed a few more vocal on it.
That's right.
So
Because you already knew what the concept was for what you were trying to do.
So that day, Viola was at the studio.
Okay.
So I was like, I want a female voice.
Yeah.
I want you to record this. So, she sang it the way we wanted it. But Charlie made this Afrobeat for it.
Okay.
So the idea was to break into the ghettos.
That's right.
Yeah, because CQ was this bougie guy, you know what I mean?
I see,
yeah.
okay.
So I needed to get my hands in the, in the ghetto. I needed to represent. I need to have some representation from my ghetto. So I went deep thinking and what could appeal, for these people in these areas. So I got myself into that, I got myself there.
In there, that's the sort of setup.
That's the
like
setup,
the scenario is like
what
this.
kind of setup, and there's this husband and wife where the wife complains that my husband doesn't come home early, and every time he comes home he's drunk and this and that. So now I started giving my excuses why and what keeps me out there. So I'm telling my wife, don't worry, it's not what you think.
Yeah.
You know, because definitely there's always this perception that when someone comes home late, they must be with other women.
Yeah.
But this man is saying, no, it's not women. I have this best friend of mine, and there's a bottle of Mosi, and that keeps me out there. So my wife is saying, but how come you don't eat the food that I serve?
could,
You
yes.
know, like every time I find the food you served, I find it just the way it was. So I'm trying to tell her, no, where I go, there's me chopo there. And you know, and that's how I started. So for me, I had a great challenge recording this song because I had all these love songs and whatnot. So when it came for this time in this studio, every time I'd record a song, I had people in there, enjoying what I was doing. But this song particularly, bro, everybody left the studio. Everybody left the studio.
Did that work for you or not? You being alone in there to actually channel yourself to get into this character?
So what happened was, like, every time I'd do some recording a song, I would get like, but that's great, that's good.
Okay.
So you get affirmations.
That's
like,
right.
Am I going the right way?
Yes.
So, but this time I was like, how come I like this concept? I like what I've written.
Yeah.
But
Everyone
every time
else.
I go like, because the part that threw everybody out was the part where I was trying to act like I was drunk.
Yes.
So they were like, isn't there a way that you can do it in a singing way? So I was like, no, I think let me do it the drunk way, the drunken master type of thing. Yeah. So I was like, Mogazi wanga iwe. They were like, bro.
Let's get you in it. Let's get you in
All
it.
Fakapo
Mogazi wanga
She actually did one or two lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mogazi wanga iwe leka kulila na iwe ine nilibe na vuto kaleza nilibe na 40 kaya neva bwanji ukambapo ngati ni magirlfriend nilibe na wazanga na beve nilibe best friend wanga ni umozi zina yake na eve ni mosi osayopa alibe mbokoshi ansoyeve saleta misozi animvesa mushe pa mukosi.
Hey. Nice. I'm sure you shocked yourself when you actually did this song and it came out.
Look, I had these things going in my head.
Yes.
So now to bring it out to life is where it threw people off.
That's right.
You know, because one, the tone.
Yes.
You know, they didn't like that tone, you know. But I was like, I like it.
Listen, we need you to go in here somewhere. There's somewhere we have to go in.
I hope I don't forget that.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I was caught up.
I know, I get it. Listen,
Okay.
let's quickly move you to. We have to get you to perform this before we run away.
Okay. All right.
There's a legend on this.
Yeah.
It's one of those where I'm guessing, I need to do a song with Exile. How did this come about?
So, Exile and I grew up as family.
Yeah.
I grew up knowing Exile is my relative, as in my brother, like my cousin.
Yeah.
Okay? Because my dad and his dad were best friends.
Oh, right.
From back where they came from.
Is it?
You know what I mean?
Nice.
So I grew up knowing Exile is my relative.
Bululu.
He's my cousin.
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah, so we grew up in North Mid. We're in the same neighborhood. We would play football together. We went to the same school, North Mid School. So he was like my brother. So I knew him as a hip hop artist.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I knew him as a rapper. So I blew up before he did. So he would come to me and say, I'd like to write a song for you. And because I had this perception, this guy is a rapper, he can't write
for you.
For me.
Yeah.
So I kept on rejecting him for years. Like I would ignore him and wanting to write a song for me. But then I came to find out that he wrote a song for Mainza. I was like, Mainza. Then he wrote songs for Lidity.
Yes, yes.
And then what intrigued me to like now pay attention was the Bakrezi song. So
Chimwemwe.
The Chimwemwe song.
Yeah.
So when Bakrezi invited me to help them write Chimwemwe, I was like, who sang this chorus?
Yeah.
Then they were like, Exile.
Come on
Exile.
now. Come on now.
Wait. You mean this chorus? Who's singing here?
Yeah.
It's Exile. This guy is a singer. He's not even a rapper. Wait a minute. This guy. So now I started relating with now getting interested because I thought maybe he was just going to write for me.
Yeah.
You know, where he was using this. But I was like, no ways. This can't be him.
Yeah.
And then it was him on that chorus. So now I started paying attention. It's like, oh my God, I've been missing out
on something.
Opportunities.
This
You know?
guy.
So I called him. I think I'm ready for the song. He was like, yeah, no problem. I'll write for you. So I invited him over to write this song.
And
So we started producing it at G Note Studios, somewhere in Woodlands.
Yeah.
So he came through, wrote the whole song. I just did copy and pasted.
Wow.
Copy and paste. So this song was Exile's song.
So when you say G-Note Studios?
Yes.
But this is a Ben Blazer.
So if you pay attention, it's like Ben Blazer was like a big producer.
Yeah.
So if you listen to the beginning, it goes like G-Note, baby. It's a cheapo production. It's a cheapo production.
Wow.
G-Note, baby.
Whoa.
Yes. So now people don't know that. All you know is just Blazer. What
Yes,
Blazer?
yes.
Yeah, that's how it was.
So what did Blazer do?
Blazer is the one that came to mix the song. Mix
the whole
and mastered
thing.
the song. But obviously he needed a footprint on it. But because he was like the biggest guy, so he stole the shine from Cheapo.
Wow.
You know, like exactly. You know what I mean?
Is it?
So Cheapo was buried by this brand. You know what I
Listen,
mean?
let's quickly have you do even just a line because we're about to get into news time.
Gino, baby.
There we go.
Yeah.
See you.
So you can go in there because I think you were both on the chorus with Exile, right?
Africa, Ghana, Africa. But he was singing the chorus, so I
He
came in
was.
as yes. Yeah. Ghana, Africa. Ghana, Africa. Yeah, Ghana, Africa. Baby girl, kumunate. Ifilamba wila ichusha. Ningu fanti vale kuseka. Ngana wela bonse bakaleka. Nishitafye, ukafye. My voice today is cracking, man. I'm telling you.
Listen.
Ubushimete sambi. Ukabebe. Ubushimete sambi. Ukabebe. Ukubaweka te sambi. Oh my God.
CQ was our guest this week. Thanks a lot for coming, man.
Cheers, man. Appreciate.
Keep doing your thing.
I know, right? So, you know, some of the songs, what we do is, I don't sing them in this key.
Yeah.
When I'm doing my live performances.
That's right.
So this key is for the studio. So it's kind of,
okay.
So like backtracking this is it's crazy sometimes.
Awesome
but
stuff.
yeah.
But hey, man, thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, bringing back memories and all, man.
Keep pushing the 25, 30 years.
I know,
in the
right?
game, man.
Cheers.
Burn it up, Zambia. Hot.